First of all, I'm frustrated. I thought, Dick, if you listen to us individually and collectively, you'd understand what we hope to have happen here. So I'm not going to repeat all of it. It's very simple. You've heard about judges who are literally, as we speak, on the bench in the trial courts in the state of Oregon. They're on the bench. There are county sheriffs in courtrooms as we speak, or at least deputies, as well as city police, as maybe even state police. You got it? You got DAs in there, criminal defense. Everybody knows the 5,000-ton chicken in the middle of the room is this person is mentally ill, but we're going to treat him as though we're going to put him in prison or, something like that. Everybody knows that's not what should be done, but their hands are tied for whatever reason, whether it's because the judge has a lack of discretion, whether it's because we don't have the laws. We know that. We know that. We've talked about mental illness in corrections for as long as I've been here. The number of people are locked up that are mentally ill and you're not doing anything for them. So it's hopeful that we will not be in that situation when we get through this. We have a person in front of a drug court or mental health court, veterans court, a general court, and the sheriff meets with the DA or whatever, and the defense attorney and say, you know what? They say, yeah, let's go. The person belongs here, where they can get treated. So that's the biggest breakthrough. And I could say more. The money of cost. All right, I'm going to be clear. It's going to cost more money, and there will be a shift. How much? I have absolutely no idea. And the reason there's shift, so you don't go out of here and say it, everybody scramble like he's going to cut my program, is we know, Senator Winters, I'm glad she spoke, knows better than anybody, some of our priorities are going to shift in criminal justice dramatically. If not in 19, they're going to shift in the next 10 years because we know we're locking up way too many people, keeping them long, and many of them are mentally ill. So that is going to shift. And we're sending a signal today, Senator Winters and I and Mitch, that we're here to have that overseen in a way that's never been overseen before. Other states are actually ahead of us, I'd say. I'd like us to be first. We got even the reentry thing, which is part of this as well. So I don't mean to be frustrated, but we assume this is going to create monumental change in how we look at mental illness and the people who get involved in the criminal justice system. All due respect, CSG West, CSG, I'm happy. That is very important because we're not just doing this, 28 people running through this exercise and fooling around. Senator Winters, take it.
But I think what's very, very important is that we're addressing the issue that exists. And that issue that is not appropriate for the jails to be this place for the mentally ill. It isn't are the emergency rooms in our hospitals. It is not important that the criminal justice the system is actually sending people to DOC that maybe could be treated and diverted someplace else. That's not what we should be doing. And so we should be looking at the issue that exists within our communities and how do we, number one, treat the individual. How do we take care of the individual with mental illness, the homelessness that's in our communities, without sending them into our criminal justice system? So, I mean, this to me, the steering committee that's working, I was very excited to hear. And I was more excited when we talked about data sharing, because that often is at the heart of us not getting to the place where we need to be of making the very informed decisions that we make.